Hello, happy Friday, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. And today we'll be doing a preview for the Jamaica versus Canada game that is scheduled to take place a little bit later on this evening. Now, I'm imploring everyone near and far to turn out to the National Stadium to show the Reggae Boys some support. And I know the weather isn't as favorable, but nonetheless, we really implore on the Jamaicans to go out there and support the local team. All right. So it's been raining cats and dog all morning. So I know some of us will not be able to attend, and that is fair. But the Reggae Boys, they need all the support they can get. And I want you guys to be there. I want everyone to be there to share on this magnificent experience. All right. So we have some big name players that are available for this game. We also have some players that aren't available, and I'll go through those in a second. I want to hear what you, the viewers and subscribers, have to say in the comment section. Who do you have winning this one? Jamaica versus Canada. And this is a Nations League encounter. If you like the Nations League as well, what are your thoughts on the Nations League in general? Let us know in the comment section. Last night we were talking about track and field. Today we're talking about football, and we will be talking about football for the next couple of days. Next year, next year. Time's moving so fast. Next week, we will be in the BMO Stadium supporting the Reggae Boys as well. And that's the return leg for this game against Canada. So the first leg is being played at the National Stadium in Kingston. Second leg will be played in the BMO Stadium in Toronto, Canada. So everyone in Canada, whether you're in Hamilton, Mississauga, Scarborough, Toronto, Winnipeg, make your way down to support the Reggae Boys at the BMO Stadium as they take on the Canadian national team. The weather won't be as favorable as it is. It's a little bit better now in Jamaica because, as I said, it's only raining. And when you get to Canada next week, we're expecting the weather to be somewhere around 2 or 3 degrees. And with wind chills, I expect it to take you in the sub-zero category. So it's half a dozen on one, 6 or 1, half a dozen on the other. So we won't get the ideal conditions to play the Canadian national team. But regardless, we expect the Reggae Boys to go out there and to give a top performance against a very formidable opponent in the Canadian team. Super Treddy says Jamaica should win this one. I hope so too. But just some quick pointers to note: Jamaica are 14 games unbeaten in the Nations League. Jamaica has never defeated, Canada has never defeated Jamaica in Jamaica. Canada's last goal in Jamaica was in 2006, and Jamaica's home record in the Nations League is 6 wins and 3 draws. All right, so the statistics, they favor Jamaica, but if we're to be realistic, we understand that this Canadian team is no joke. We've seen what they've done. They were one of the top teams in the World Cup qualifiers, and we know going into this game against Jamaica, both teams have quality. We're looking at the Canadian team. We're seeing the likes of Jonathan Davids. We're seeing I think a report came out today though that Jonathan Davids was injured. But let me confirm. But I think on this international break, I think a lot of top footballers, they are coming down with injuries. We saw Vinicius Jr. A couple of hours ago, reports came out that he was out. I think that was yesterday. The report came out saying Jonathan Davids is, let's see if it's an injury report. No, it's transfer rumor. Yep, transfer rumor. So, transfer rumor. Jonathan Davids wanted by 3 Premier League clubs. And we know that Jamaica has, 6 players playing in the Premier League. We have Ethan Pinnock, we have D. Cordova Reed, we have Leon Bailey. Roughly 5. We have Leon Bailey. We have a couple more. But if we're to be realistic, we have roughly about 8 or 7 Premier League quality players, because Shamar Nicholson could easily be playing in the Premier League, and Demari Gray, who we'll get to in a second, he too was a Premier League regular. So I think as far as the quality from the Jamaican team goes, we have the quality. The quality is available to us. It's just them delivering on the day. And I think one of the popular local sports talk show hosts mentioned it a little bit earlier on today on a sports program when he indicated that every time we get our fingers crossed and we're super excited for the Jamaican game and we think this is the game that our top players are going to perform, we're left disappointed. But hopefully this is not a repeat of that. I'm hoping that the likes of Leon Bailey can step up and they can give a big performance in the absence of Demari Gray, who we've received reports has been replaced in the team by Tyreek McGee. All right, so Jamaica versus Canada. We have top names on both sides. Alphonso Davis is Canada's main man, and he'll be with the likes of Tejan Buchanan and Jonathan Davids. We have Jonathan Osorio playing in the midfield, and I think he's one of the main creative cogs in the Canadian team. I think Jamaica has struggled in the midfield area, and when Coach Holgrimson was quizzed about it, he indicated that he's satisfied with the team going forward. He's also satisfied with the defensive unit, and the team cannot be perfect in all areas. What I took from that was basically saying, okay, for now I'm resigned to the fact that we're not that great in midfield, but the fact that we're good in scoring goals and in defending, I think I can live with that for the foreseeable future. So it's no mincing words saying the midfield of the Jamaican national team needs work. But when we're looking at the Canadian team and we're seeing in their midfield where they have top quality players who can pick a pass and they can hurt us, then we have to be very, very cautious, especially at the national stadium where the pitch, we can agree, is not the greatest. So Canada versus Jamaica at the national stadium, and with the weather that we've been getting today, I know it won't be the best of game. We won't be seeing any free-flowing football that we've grown to accustomed to seeing week in, week out with our club teams. So over in the comment section, this is a next test. True. And Coach Holgrimson has been there just over a year. So I want to hear what you, the viewers, have to say as well. What's your take on Coach Holgrimson's year in charge? A couple of days ago, yesterday really, marks 20-something years since Jamaica qualified for the World Cup, 1997, November 16. To know, you do the math, that's when we qualified for the World Cup. And I think a lot of Jamaican fans, they find some level of solace yesterday in the fact that, okay, we did it so many years ago and we still are banking on that one experience at the World Cup. All right, so for the Canadian team, all of the usual suspects are in. We have Alphonso Davis, Jonathan David, Kyle Larin. We have defenders Alistair Johnson, Kamal Miller out of Inter Miami, and goalkeeper Milan Boyan. As well, 4 players have been recalled into the team, most notably influential midfielder Stefan Estacchio. Again, pay attention to that player. Winger Tejan Buchanan, that I mentioned a little bit earlier. And those 2 were out injured the last time Canada played against Japan. Estacchio, again, as I said, born in Portugal, top player, or born to Portuguese parents. He is a top player in the midfield, and I expect him to make a difference whenever he's on the ball. The Canadian team, they didn't train in Jamaica based on the information that we received. They'll be flying in and then be basically doing a walk, and then they'll be going to play the game. So I'm not sure if they flew in today. I think they flew in last evening, but they'll be doing a walk today, and then they'll be going to play the game. But they won't train in Jamaica. Is everything else? Okay, so yeah, so that's the Canadian team. On the Jamaica side, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Demari Gray is out, and he's replaced in the squad by Tyreek McGee. But we have Andre Blake, we have Amal Knight, Jamali Waite, Ethan Pinnock is there, Damian Lowe, Deshaun Bernard, we have Michael Hector, Dexter Lembekisa, Trayvon Gray, Greg Lee, Amari Bell, and Amari Bell plays for Luton Town, as I mentioned before. We have Demario Phillips, Bobby Reed, Daniel Johnson, Joel Latibodier, John Russell, and Conroy Anderson. And in forward, of course, we have Trevante Stewart. Is that Trevante Stewart? Nice. Shamar Nicholson, Michael Antonio, Leon Bailey, and Romario Williams. As I said, DJ have to start. He's the best distributor of the ball. True. So Jamaica versus Canada, based on quality, I think the teams aren't that far apart in that Jamaica has top class players who are playing in all the top leagues across Europe. Canada has the same. From a coaching perspective, Jaime Hallgrimson has been at the helm for just over a year. The Canadian coach Bielo, he took over in the summer of 2023, so only recently took over. So the Canadian team, they also have a lot of drama happening behind the scenes as well. Not because it's not as widely broadcasted as the Jamaican drama, but they too have drama happening behind the scenes, and it's primarily surrounding image rights for the players. It's primarily surrounding the monies that are paid towards the Canadian Football Federation for the development of the Canadian football as a product. So there is drama happening with the Canadian men's national team, Canadian women's national team, and the Canadian Business Soccer Board. They basically pay the Canadian team annually. I think it's $3 to $4 million. And in return, they control all the broadcasting rights, all the advertising, all the sponsorship, etc. So a little bit different from what's happening in Jamaica, but drama nonetheless. Now back to the football. I think Jamaica has a very good chance of getting a point in this game. The Canadians, obviously, although they're playing outside their country, although they're the visitors in this one, they still have enough quality in their team to harm Jamaica. And Jamaica will be without Demari Gray, and I think he's been one of the top performers for Jamaica over the past couple of games. I think he's been getting on the score sheet. He's been getting involved. He's been scoring. He's been assisting as well. And I think those performances that he's been given has been lifting the rest of the team. So in his absence, we're looking to other players to lift their game, to basically fill in for what Demari Gray would have been given. And I know folks will say, "Oh, you're pressuring the players," and not pressuring the players, but we know what the likes of Shamar Nicholson and Leon Bailey, we know what they can do on their day, and that's all we're asking for. We want them to get to those levels that we've seen. Demari Gray just starting the national team, and he just hit the ground running. And Leon Bailey, it's taking him a little bit of time this season for his club. He's been exceptional, albeit he's gotten a bit part role. His minutes are a bit numbered this year, but we'd like to see something similar to what we're seeing in his club. And I know the argument has constantly been made, but that he's playing with less quality players or what, regardless of what you're saying. Demari Gray is playing with less quality players as well, and we saw what he's done. So Leon Bailey and Shamar Nicholson, also Michael Antonio, the pressure will be on your shoulders to deliver, especially in the absence of Demari Gray, who's been, or Lionel Messi over the past couple of games. But I'm curious to hear what you, the viewers and subscribers, have to say. I have this game going as a draw, 1-1. I think the spoils will be shared at the National Stadium, but that's my view. I think come to the BMO next week, Canada will have more of an upper hand. They'll have a better surface to play on, and who knows? We'll do a preview for that one because they'll be in a better position to harm us, and at the same time, the Jamaican team will be in a better position to play proper football that we've been begging for over the past couple of months. All right, so Demari Gray out, but nonetheless, Leon Bailey and the rest of the pack should be able to put on a big performance. National Stadium, not the best of pitches, and especially with the weather that's down there in Kingston, Jamaica now, I don't expect the football to be too easy on the eyes. But regardless, I'm imploring the fans to go out and support the national team. Give them your support. Be the 12th man in the stands that they so desperately need, especially in a time like this. But again, we'll leave it at that for now. I'm curious to hear what you viewers and subscribers have to say. Leave it in the comment section. Remember, slash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, we'll see you. Peace out.